Welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kay. Today I'm going to be doing one of these 21 centimetre by 29 centimetre placemats. It's just an MDF type board. I don't do anything to prepare it other than wipe it over with isopropyl alcohol. I don't have to put down anything like a primer. I'm literally just paint straight on and I haven't had any problems at all. So, and I've done now about 16 of these. So I'm going to attempt to do a reverse flower dip with these little dessert cups, which you can buy on Amazon. And I literally just pour the paint into the middle, it runs over, and then it gives you the flower to then pull up the paper towel and create the flowers. So I wanted to do 3 different blooms on here, and I'm just going to pull each one up individually. I don't know how this is going to go. It might turn out a disaster. I did one recently which ended up being very abstract, but I tried to pull that up as one. This one I'm going to try and pull it up as 3 individual flowers. So we'll see how we go. So hopefully we'll all learn something today. And before I go on, I just wanted to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it very, very much. And it certainly helps me to know that people are out there who do appreciate what I'm doing. And it just encourages me to continue on. It's a bit lonely on this side of the camera sometimes. So it's nice to know that those of you out there who care enough to subscribe. So thank you so much. So first of all, I'm going to lay down a base of the Global Acrylic White, and I've just mixed that up to a consistency where it leaves a small mound when drizzled back into the cup. And I'm just going to layer that over the whole of the mat here. So what I'll do is I've found lately that I like just pouring straight into the centre, make a bit of a puddle, and then I just tilt it to the edges. And that way you get a very even coverage without ridges and lines. Looks like my paint's got a few lumps in it this time though, which is not so good. So I just get it as close to the edges as I can, and then I just do the final bit on the edges just with the paddle pop stick. So I'll just do that, and I'll pop that down and just finish off using the little paddle pop stick. Okay, so you can see how lovely and smooth the centre part is. Now when you're doing any of these things, I always like to make sure that I have covered my edges as well, so that they have a nice clean painted edge when I'm finished. And also if any paint of the pattern of the paint runs over the edge, it's got something already there to sort of cling hold of, and you don't have to mess it up later when you're trying to tidy up the edges. So I'll just do that at the same time as I come around. And I'll just fast forward this little bit for you. And now I'll just use my heat embossing tool just to burst any bubbles. There's my centre right there. So now I'm just going to get the little dessert cups, as you can see. And the first one I'm going to place pretty much just above centre, like that. And then the other 2 I'll place to the side of that. So because they will run in together as it runs down the side, they will run together. I know that for a fact that will happen. That much I do know. Okay. And I'm just going to do a brown stalk down from each of those before I start, and that'll be underneath. So I'm just going to use the Eraldo metallic bronze. So I'll just bring the stalks of the flowers more or less into the middle there. And I'm just going to put a little of the global green oxide for a few little leaves. Oops. Seems to be quite thick, that one actually. A bit thicker than it should be. Now they might end up underneath the other paint. I'm not sure. But we'll just leave those like that for now, and I'll fix those up later. So now I'm going to start pouring my paints. I've got the Mont Satin Scarlet. Now it's a very vibrant red, deep red. Well, not a deep red, a bright red, like a real blood red. So I really like this colour. So I'm just going to put that down first. Let it run down the sides, hopefully fairly evenly. And then do this one. Trying to keep it to where I can see the centre is. And now I'm going to put the Vallejo Pearl Medium mixed with Amsterdam Titanium White and Floetrol. All my paints today have been mixed with Australian Floetrol except for the silver that I'm going to use, which is just the Mont pouring paint silver. So just put a little bit of that next. It's fairly thick. Probably could have done with being thinned out a little bit. So all the paints I'm using today are in my description box, which you can get to by hitting the title of this video, except if you're on the smart TV, and that won't take you there, unfortunately. Sometimes you just need to give a gentle bit of a blow too, get the paint to run down. Then I'll do some more of the Vallejo. Followed by the Scarlet. Now none of the paint will have run underneath, so I need to do a centre, a separate centre, when I lift these up. So I'll do that in a minute. Oops, I'm just going to put some of the Mont pouring paint gold. Just want to get a little bit of the gold in there. And I'll also use the gold in the centre as well. I'm just blow into the middle to get the last bit of paint off. Right, so now I'll just get my bamboo skewer and I'm just going to draw a line through these. These ones are already run off the edge. That's the thing when you're not using a very big canvas, or in this case placemat. You will lose some of your petals over the edge, but that's okay. It's all part of the abstract art of it all. Right, so now I'm just going to pick each one of those up and off. How cute does that look on the top there? Oh. Okay. So now I'm just going to try dragging the colour in. No, I'll put a little bit of red in the middle first. Bit of red. Bit of gold. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the Amsterdam Oxide Black Cell Activator. It's mixed with Australian Floetrol, 1 part paint to 4 parts Floetrol. I'm just going to blow these out in the middle here. Just with my jumbo paper straw that I've flattened out. Okay, they look cute. I'll just draw into the middle there. Very cute just on themselves actually. Right, now I've cut up some pieces of paper towel. They're not going to be quite big enough. I need to go a bit bigger than that. I just need to cut a couple of extra ones. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the edge ones first. I'll try and do it at an angle like this. Just pop it down. Who knows what's going to happen? There's probably someone out there going, done this before, it didn't work. Trying to pick that up from in there is going to be hard. Right, I'm not going to try and pick up the corners. I'm just going to literally come up into the middle if I can. One down, 2 to go. I'm not sure what we're going to get there, but here we go again, just on an angle, so as not to interrupt the other one too much. And try and come up into the middle. Oops, lost that one. Okay, I'll try and lift as close to the center as I can. And then the last one. Again, try and do it at an angle so that I'm not getting in the way of the others too much. Lay it down. Try and keep that side up a bit. Okay. And again, work out basically where the middle is and try and lift to the middle. Okay, so what have we got? Ooh, look interesting anyway. Not sure about my leaves. So, just hit that with the heat embossing tool and hopefully the Vallejo will create some little cells. I can see them coming up here. I do find when I'm using the Vallejo that it does keep developing over a period of time, so you can go back and half an hour and some more will have come through, a bit similar to when you're doing a pearl pour actually. So I'll just find my centre of the flower here. It's about there, I think. This one looks not too bad. The sky skewed a little bit. I think the centre would be around there. Okay, so now I'm actually going to do a little bit of a centre, more of a centre there. Just try and get some, just very small. A few more cells going there. And a bit of my Oxide black cell activator. Just a little bit into each one. And I'll just blow those out with the paper straw. And now I'm just going to draw in with the skewer. And I'm also going to draw the shape of the petals back in again a bit, so I've lost them a little bit. I'm just going to bring these all the way in. Just need to replace a bit of paint there from where I did the lift. That should all dry level anyway. So I'm just doing these little leaves here. Just do some little twirly bits. Well, they don't look anything like a reverse flower dip, but it is very abstract and quite pretty. I like the Vallejo, how it's coming back up. As I say, the cells continue to develop, and where I've used that ribbed paper towel, it gives this nice sort of ribbed looking edge. So I might just do a little bit of modification, seeing as I've lost the shape of the petals. Sometimes when you do a reverse dip, you just get such definition between the petals. If you look at Fiona art, she does such a beautiful job. And you can really see the definition between each petal. With this one, that hasn't happened. Probably the way I've lifted them. So, I'll just hit it with the heat embossing tool again, just to get the last of the Vallejo coming up. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of modification just to get some different shape coming in. And I think that's about it. Okay, so I'll bring you down for a close-up. Okay, so here we come down for the close-up of this piece, which turned out very different to what I had anticipated. I thought I'd get 3 perfect reverse flower dips, which I did not get, but nonetheless, it is quite a pretty piece. So you can see where the Vallejo has created these nice little cells, and then where I did my little center blooms. And there's the Vallejo again, and the nice little center there, and my leaves. So all in all, I'm quite happy with it, even though it is different to how I would have envisaged. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that one today, something a little bit different. And certainly I'll have another go at this in the not too distant future. So until then, stay safe, and I'll see you back here in Studio 33. Bye bye.